Hello, my name is John, and we're going to be looking at the file to produce a spiral plant pot holder. It has a little spiral decoration down the side of the pot here. We'll get to the assembly in just a bit, but I want to take a look at first the file and some of the parameters that you can change in it. The first thing to note is the laser curve. This is really individually for your particular laser and how tight you want the pillars to fit. These I'm calling the pillars. They're up here. Fit into the slots. So 0.05 works pretty well for me. I could go a little bit larger for a tighter fit. Anyway, for the plant holder itself, this is the material thickness that you're making it out of. For that small one, I made it out of 1/8 inch plywood, which I measured with calipers to be 2.65 millimeters. The outside diameter is just the total dimension here on the outside of the plant holder, and the number of pillars you can change here. If you have a large plant pot and you have fairly thin material, you want to double the size. That will double the number of pillars, and then you're going to glue each pillar together. It also double the slot width here so they'll fit in. These while I'm at it, these circles or holes on the top is if you wanted to hang that plant holder with a rope or some kind of macrame. And these are the legs, and they stick down below the pot, so it stands on the legs, obviously. The pot dimensions, they are up. Some of them are up in this diagram here that shows the pot lip diameter right here. All these are measured from the outside of the pot lip height, and then the pot bottom diameter. So those are the dimensions you need for the pot, and those you'd enter here. Next, we have the spiral parameters. This is just for this piece right here, and you can change the number of spirals and the revolution parameter, which kind of gives you thinner spirals and more of them. So that's don't want to get them too thin so that the spiral burns through, but and both of those affect those parameters. So I think set it back to the default, and then this emoji parameters is just this decoration on the rim, and you can change the number here, which affects this piece, the scale, obviously, that, yeah, it makes it bigger. It does. And then the emoji type, if you want a different type of leaf, you can change it here. But I found that not all emojis worked. If you type in leaf here, most of the emojis up here seem to work okay, but the some of the ones that down in the nouns project I couldn't get to work. Anyway, you can experiment with that, and then you would just download the SVG. I did include a little curve tester here. I would suggest that you cut that out first and make sure that the pillar, you've got the curve set right for the pillars to fit as you would like inside the slots here, before you cut the rest of it and waste a bunch of wood. And then if it's wrong, you can adjust it here and re-download and cut. So that is about it for the file parameters. Let's look at the assembly. It's really goes together pretty quick. If I just used a PVA glue here, I would suggest if this were going to be in a used a lot, or you think you would use a waterproof glue like Titebond 3 or something, I just used regular white glue. I think this was a Titebond 1. Well, it was a modification of Titebond 1 that dries fairly clear. So anyway, just put, you can assemble this in a number of different ways, but um, put a bead of glue on the top ring and then attach it to the second part, the spiral part, and then I put glue, a little bit of glue on the pillars, and then slotted them in. Oops, that's out of order, but I slotted them into the top here, and then we put some glue on the bottom and slotted into the bottom, and then I clamped it together, and then you can add your pot. So really, assembly only takes a couple of minutes when you're set up for it. And the only thing, just be aware that these do have directions, and that the circles should go toward the top if of these pillars. And that is about it. I hope you enjoy this file.